Hello and welcome back to another League of Legends ranked commentary, once again as support Zyra. This game in particular is going to be pretty interesting. It's a very back and forth game, and there's a lot of good little bits and bits in here, yeah. That's what we're going to stick with. So right off the bat I make a mistake. I end up running over towards red buff way too late. I'm just not paying attention. Like, oh hey, wait a second, red buff spawned. I should have been closer so I could actually auto attack and help out with that. Okay, big mistake number one. Not really big, but right off the bat, get into the thick of things, throw a ward down early. Xin Zhao sometimes likes to do level 2 ganks. Alright, we get them down, a whole chunk of damage goes out. They're both down half health. I'm doing the Zyra thing, support thing. The proper range support thing and auto-attacking as much as possible. You know, I got the pickpocket mastery. I want to make as much use of it as possible. More grasping roots, throw down some auto-attacks. Varus, flash, trying to pick up the kill, didn't quite get it. So now I have double wards in this bush, but no pink ward, because it's one of these games where it feels like we're going to be pushed up pretty far this entire time. Sona's down at, like, next to nothing. I don't believe we have vision. Or did we have vision prior to that? I guess we had some. Grasping roots, miss, but Sona gets picked off by Varus. We didn't quite get that first blood, but yeah, whatever. We got the kill. That's what's important. Get some damage on the tower. I'm debating if I should stick with this vision or if I should stay with the full vision. I'll stay with full vision for now. Let me know what you think about that. Corki being forced here to play super defensively. He's low on health, doing his best to try and last at a tower, but pretty much, I believe... Is it here? Maybe not. Now they're a tower, and we're just kind of going back and forth. Zin's doing like this full farm super clear in the jungle. He's killing everything and anything he sees. So, speed things up just a little bit. Yeah, they're sitting on a tower. There's not a ton we can do. Varus is getting in some good auto attacks. I have my W now for the little seeds. I can throw down some plants and roots at the same time. Get a good chunk of damage in if I happen to root somebody. I'm missing a whole bunch in a row, but right here, waste Corki's barrier. He finally decides that he does in fact need to back. There's a whole bunch of pinging going on. I honestly don't remember. This was recorded last week. Or that might have been Varus wanting wards. Yeah, but I just went over and warded it. That's what it was. Alright, so we got wards down. Xin shows up. We throw Grasping Roots back out. And we go back and buy, finally. We're sitting on 1.3k gold. That'll be a Bilgewater Cutlass, I believe, for Core Boots and a Longsword for Corki. Or I'm looking at the wrong person. I need to be looking at Varus. That's another Doran's Blade and a Vamp Scepter for Varus. Top lane, Zed roamed up, killed... Or top lane, Zed roamed up. Yeah, I'm looking at this and that and stuff. So, Zed killed Zyra. Good stuff all around. Back bottom lane, because that's what this video is supposed to be about. I'm back in lane. And Lee Sin is here. Hell, Grasping Roots, throw a seed down. I'll go to slow. Sona out of position, and I end up getting the kill with the auto attack. I remember this happening. I was kind of pissed. I made that auto attack and didn't cancel it. It wasn't a fully intentional thing, because I could have held on to that slightly and potentially given the kill to someone else. Sona didn't have flash. Now she had flash. She actually could have gotten away from that, so maybe it was a good thing. Varus hits 6, throws his Chains of Corruption down, doesn't unfortunately get the final hit down. But we chase him out of lane, get to put a whole bunch of damage onto this tower. Some rearranging cables that are draped across my keyboard. Xin goes in on Varus, throw Grasping Roots, throw some plants, kill Xin, turn on to Sona. Got this little support duel going on, and unfortunately, hanging around too long, Corki's been gone for a bit. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Corki, being an ass, cancels my recall. So I go back behind the tower, recall from there. All nice, happy, go-lucky stuff. Varus working on has boots now, a dagger. Working on those Berserker Greaves. Now, Sona has been shut down and pushed back so far at this point. She's still level 4. This comes into play later, believe it or not. Now, I'm back in lane. Oh, I'll throw Grasping Roots down and I miss. whatever. It happens. Low half health. This isn't going too well here. Grasping roots. Kind of need to disengage. And we decided, screw it. We'll just keep fighting. Chains of Corruption lands. And we don't follow up on it. We are kind of low, like I said. Corki does have level 7. So we don't want to get too crazy. I go for the wrong target here. Grasping Roots picks up Corki. Or it doesn't pick up Corki. Do I get Corki? No, don't get Corki. Nothing comes of that. Push the lane forward to tower quick because both of them have to back. Unfortunately, we lost that little exchange. And my push the lane to the tower didn't actually work. I think I just essentially no, there we go. It's in tower range now. So he lost a okay amount of CS. This is where things start turning for the worse. You know, we've been pretty dominant this lane. We're up 20 CS. We're up like 2 assists. I got 2 of the kills, unfortunately, which, you know, not the great thing, but whatever. Here's where things go terribly, terribly wrong. I go forward, mind me, this bush is warded. Crescendo, power chord, Q. I just get dropped. And because I'm completely dead, don't have any of my stuff going on, Varus fights valiantly, but unfortunately, the combined might of Corki and Sona can't quite make anything happen off of that. So this is kind of a bit of a turning point. You know, we got completely complacent with the fact that Sona had just been completely pushed out. We forgot about her, essentially. She hit 6. Oh! Yeah, there's a Sona. She has Crescendo. That didn't go well. So, here we are. We're still completely and utterly overconfident about our abilities. Get a good grasp and roots down on Sona. Unfortunately, not really able to follow up on it. Now, Corki has Phage and Sheen already. I believe, because of his extra kills, he's actually dead even in gold. We're not ahead. I'm getting chunked down at this point. This is one of the problems with Zyra, that she tends to be fairly squishy in the mid-game. She gets to a point where she doesn't quite scale up health-wise so much. I'm a little behind on items despite the kills. I don't have a sight zone completed. I've been going just crazy with wards, unfortunately. Or am I sitting on a bunch of gold? No. So, not having that little bit of extra health from a sight stone really screwed us over here. We got the Sona, we didn't quite get Corki. Probably what I should have done was, instead of staying around auto-attacking Corki, I should have backed out, hoping he chased under tower. You know, had he Valkyried or something, he may get a couple tower hits in. Or I could have waited out cooldowns and been able to turn around, hit him with another Grasping Root, have another Seed for a plant. At this point also, okay, I do have points in my queue. Thought I didn't do that. There was one game I played as Zyra recently where I just was like, max out E, max out W, and it's like 25 minutes into the game, get my first point in Q. It's like, you don't want to do that. The EWWC double plant combo has been buggy for the past patch or so. Sometimes the second seed doesn't land in time. It could be lag on my end or whatever, but it just, I've been having some bad luck with it. Here's Zed's pissed off. Oh, you need to be warding, blah, 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 that should have been a double kill, yada, yada, yada. And if you note, he successfully ran down through the jungle, didn't cross a single ward. As I go, drop a pink, oh, so I just threw a pink down on a place there wasn't a ward to begin with. And there wasn't a ward when he walked down either, because, well, we're seeing it after the fact, and it was never there to begin with. Here I get killed trying to finish off that ward. It's like, go up there and do, no, I guess not. Zin ghosts, Corki Valkyries, Grasping Roots misses, I get dropped, they tower dive, and Varus dies as well. And here's Zed raging again. Why? This happens for quite a while in this game. Gonna speed things up, move it along a little bit. I'll turn the Fog of War back on. Lee goes to defend a tower, and that ended very well. So, our little bit of lane dominance early had long since turned around. Otherwise, Corki has managed to pick up a total of 8 kills so far, so we are dealing with a completely and utterly fed Corki. Varus is a bit of a utility AD carry. He does not really have a lot in the way of... Yeah, he can do his, like, sniping thing with his Q, but... It's a fairly long cooldown. Here we try to catch Corki, and we back off because people are coming down the river, which we probably wisely backed off. Now we're up here, we have no tower. Lee Sin comes in for a gank, Stranglethorns or Wild Growth, whatever the hell Zyra's ultimate's called, misses completely. Lee decides that he's going to keep chasing rather than get the hell out of there, and does. So we went 0 for 3 in that little skirmish. They pick up Dragon off the back of that. Zed goes in, picks off a kill, and decides that he wants to play out the rest of them. Can you guess where this is going to end? That actually didn't end where I expected it to end. I figured Zed was going to get caught and killed. He actually got away. I was thinking of something else. So now we're fighting an uphill battle. This is the point of the game where surrender votes have started coming up. People are raging, bottom lane fed, bottom lane fed. We kind of did. We got to the point where we were completely overconfident in ourselves, and we didn't quite keep tabs on what the hell's going on around us. You know, Sona hitting 6 screwed us, didn't realize they had Crescendo available. Just item-wise, Corki was kind of snowballing, despite the fact that we were quite a bit ahead as a lane, and that's just completely out the window at this point. Gold-wise, Corki's up 2.5k gold. That's a complete item over Varus. Little skirmish breaks out mid lane. Now, the fortunate thing at this point, the enemy team is also very overconfident as well. So we pick up a triple here. No, they get away. Double. Or 2 kills. Crescendo. Lee and Lissandra caught. Lee doesn't die to the Ignite. Varus decides to do that. That's all I can say about that. Just doing the little Zyra thing, gonna throw down some plans. Try to catch some people. Zen decides he's gonna do like this double tower dive thing and a half. He goes down to half health for nothing. I'm trying to do what I can to get rid of this wave. Zyra support does not exactly have a lot in the way of wave clear, so a lot of damage on that tower. And you can see Lissandra, you know, there's a lot of raging going on in team chat at this point. Doesn't show up in spectator mode, unfortunately. Yeah, we're getting blamed. Oh, bottom lane fed. It's, well, yeah, like I said, yeah, we ended up feeding overall. It wasn't really for our, I don't want to make it sound like, oh yeah, it wasn't our fault we fed, but there was a couple other instances of where people were down there and did stuff they shouldn't. It wasn't entirely bot lane's fault. But the biggest thing was we just kind of, the power swing when Corki got Phage and Sona had Crescendo up, we screwed ourselves over. So the overwhelming majority of it was, in fact, our fault. Anyway, this is where the game starts to get a little bit interesting. We're now 5.5k gold behind, 4.5k. I don't know, we're some amount behind, 4.5k. 5k-ish gold behind. Sort of team fight breaks out. Now we got Riven off in the wings here on the side. She's in full vision, but we did have that warded. We now are not in a great position here. We chased after Riven. Riven's pretty freaking mobile. She gets away, and these guys decided that they're gonna go chase after Xin Zhao. Can you see where that? Look, we have Xin Zhao, 2 of our guys, 1 of which is now dead, and the entire rest of the enemy team. Can you see the potential problem of running that far away from the rest of your team in that situation? Not a good idea. So it's now a 6.4k gold lead. Or deficit for us. Speed things along. Now they're kind of trying to siege this tower. They take the tower. We ping Baron. We're trying to get Zed to come up here. We're in, like, sort of desperation mode. We expected them to head there. Surrender votes failing, as, you know, usually tend to do, because someone or other doesn't want to actually play. Clearing some wards. Zed, trying to split push, got caught out by 2 guys. This is where we really need to try and catch and just annihilate Corki. Corki does have, with his Sheen procs and all that fun stuff, does have a lot of burst damage. I don't think we actually realized it was a 3v4 situation in mid lane, so we didn't actually pursue it. Just a lot of little farming going on, nothing really happening. Zed's still trying to split push. Varus gets crescendoed, caught out, killed. I tried to Stranglethorns to save him. Stranglethorn's a wild growth. Stranglethorns is the E, wild growth is the W, I believe. What am I doing? No, it is Stranglethorns. I was right. Grasping Roots is the E. Whatever. Not important. So they're sieging mid tower. They at the moment do not have any minions at the tower. Trying to do our best just to keep him off. Waiting for Zed or Varus to come back up. Yeah, he got caught mid lane. Doing the whole tower siege dance thing. Nothing really comes of it. We have a pretty decent wave clear all said and done. And just doing the siege dance thing, doing the dance. We push forward for whatever reason, and we lose Lysandra, who went into that at about half health to begin with. Yay. They tank and take mid-tower, they tank and take an inhibitor. They are still pushing forward, crescendo, and they're trying to dive onto Varus. Varus manages to sneak away. Nexus tower number 1 goes down, Nexus tower number 2 goes down, Stranglethorns lands, gets 3 or 4 of them. Start turning this around. There we go, 2 down, 3 down now. So, they got overconfident, they stuck around too long. We ping Baron, we go do Baron. And, spoiler alert, we get Baron. So, despite the fact that we are still at a 5k gold deficit, we got Baron, so that evens things up a little bit. Our 80 carry, still unfortunately quite a ways behind. We lose Zed, get Corki and Zin. I'm going to rewind for that because I was not anywhere near where I should have been. Alright, just to watch what happens. Zed is running around blind. We had just been Baron's side. We were stuck in our base, then we went to Baron. We have no vision in the bottom half of the map. He really shouldn't have been there. He took out Corki. Okay, fair enough. He got a kill before he died. I get kind of caught out. We kill Zin. I live, which is great. So we're now up a kill. Speed things along. Go to the directed camera. Now, why am I doing the work? You see Sona, or guess where Sona is at least. We really don't want to be in a team fight right here. Corki was back up at this point. We're kind of scattered. They're still ahead by a decent amount. We don't want to get overconfident, get caught out. They pick up Dragon. We're just kind of all over the place. We've got a decent amount of vision scattered throughout our jungle. Managed to scrounge together enough gold, picked up an Aegis. They are double... they're not double AP, but either way I got an Aegis to help out the team. This team fight here is kind of like the first really big turning point. They're taking the tower. Lee Sin dives in underneath it. Starts distracting them. We lock up and kill Xin Zhao. Or, who died? Riven. Turn onto Xin Zhao, also low. Lysandra explodes. Xin Zhao dies. Corki also low. Lee Sin jumping right onto him. Ignite goes down. A couple kicks later. He's dead. Turn on to Sona. Sona dies, and I think Karma gets away off the back of that. So, despite the fact that the tower was gone by the time we started that fight, we managed to turn that around and win. Unfortunately, we still do have super minions plowing down in the mid lane as I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the stupid teamfight interface. So, we're still at about a 5K gold deficit. But we just turned around a pretty important key team fight. We did it without a tower. We had Baron, which is a factor in it, but, you know, we're still in this. You know, as bad as it seems to be going, we are, you know, we're holding on. That's the important bit. So a little bit of scattered running around stuff as I press the correct button to speed up. Clearing wards with oracles. Everyone grouping on mid lane. They want to get that inhibitor back down. Baron is down at this point. Waiting on something to happen. We're just doing this little dance thing. Just doing the little dance thing still. There we go. And something happens and I completely don't slow down in time. They decide to engage. I'm kind of caught out of position. Stranglethorns goes out. Riven off to the side. Everyone jumps on her. Zed, Deathmark, Lissandra ult. So we just wasted all our ults to take down Riven. Xin Zhao also explodes. I get taken out in the background. I throw my little planned passive thing down. At this point, we're in a good spot. There's a triple kill. Zed, unfortunately, gets taken out as well. They're chasing Karma. There is a double kill. And Varus barely manages to survive this. Had we just taken that and left Karma alone, we would have come out of that in a much better position than we did. Because if we go back and look at what actually happened... At this point, as soon as Corki drops, it's a 4 for 2. Okay, the Ignite on Zed. Zed's dead regardless. Now it's a 3 for 4. Now it's a 4 for 4. And this was a... Had Karma's abilities been off cooldown, there's a good chance Varus would have died. Either way, Varus pushes down mid lane and goes top or bottom lane, and here we have the chase of the century coming up. I'm giving him countdowns in chat. You know, we're worried about home guard boots. Spam pinging. Another one. And oh look, home guards. Oh look, home guards. So here we go, chase of the century. Alright, slow him down. Flash from Riven. Riven has her E and her Q to go forward. So she's keeping up. She ulted. There goes her ult. It's a good little chunk of health on Tavares. We're running, trying to save him. Another slow, grasping roots, and we have saved him successfully as we are spam pinging retreat because we don't want to go in on this at the moment. We probably could have turned that around in all honesty. We would have risked losing Varus, but Corki hadn't chased down. We kind of expected the entire team to be chasing down, or at least I expected the entire team to be chasing down, as I repositioned the way I'm sitting to get more comfortable. We kind of catch Sona out, and we are not in a happy place. Varus is not here. Throw down Stranglethorns. Wait a second. Just slow this down. Okay, there's the ultimate. Okay, everyone was just knocked out of it. Alright. I thought that bugged out and didn't hit people up. Or I confused the Lissandra ultimate with it. Lee Sin in the thick of things gets dropped. Varus shows up to the fight. Chains of Corruption comes out right about... Where is it? Chains of Corruption apparently not coming out, unfortunately. That could have locked down someone for a kill. So that little, very unorganized skirmish, we went 1 for 1. Not terrible. Baron is back up. We do have to keep an eye on that. You know, we head over there. We do have some vision of them scattered around the map. I'm clearing out the wards. You know, we're doing the Baron dance. They head over and start doing Baron. They're spam pinging. The enemy team spam pinging retreats. Here comes a very messy, scattered team fight. I'm just gonna rewind right away so we can actually see what the hell's going on. Alright, so we're chasing Xin and Corki. Zed death marks onto Xin. Xin gets killed out immediately. Sona, Shendo, gets a couple people, and Lissandra dives forward, gets ripped apart by Corki. I believe she did that. Yeah, here we go, rewinding again. I'm just gonna kind of break this down a little bit. Alright, here comes Xin dying. Lissandra was the only person outside of the crescendo, I believe. Yeah. Zed was also. Zed didn't go in. Lissandra gets dropped. Doesn't get a chance to get her ult off. Stranglethorns goes out. Corki gets knocked up. Riven comes in from behind us. Pops her ultimate. Knocks up 2 people. Fires her ultimate across all 4 of us. We're all just horribly low at this point. Zhonya's goes out. And Zed just still alive. Unfortunately, we fought that in that bush, which was bad. It was especially bad to me. I needed to throw a ward down in there just to make sure we had vision the whole time. I don't know if that actually came into play, but that's something I needed to do. We also should have let Sona with that ultimate and just gotten into better position off the back of that. You know, done the Baron dance, tried to take Baron ourselves, you know, pick off another 1 or 2 of them. But unfortunately, as it stands, that little fight and the extremely long death timers, the fact that only thing between them and the Nexus was an inhibitor. There we go. Despite being down from about the 15-minute mark, we stuck with it, kept fighting out. We didn't exactly... I don't know, we didn't exactly play that well. You know, we did play that pretty well. There's a couple points for made mistakes. Now, this isn't some diamond-level play. Good game, guys. Bottom's failure was too hard. Yeah, okay, whatever. For the past... I'm thinking of a different game. I thought this game, Corki, was already 6 items for a while. At the end of the day, Corki was an item or 2 behind, and despite this, we were fighting and winning fights for the majority of the game. We had one unfortunate team fight towards the end that cost us the game. The biggest problem was we just kept doing stupid stuff throughout the entire game. You know, someone would run off and chase someone. You know, we went and did Baron. Oh, we have all wards there. We have no vision in the entire bottom half of the map. Oh, this seems like the perfect time to go run and split and pretend I'm gonna split push. No, stuff like that just doesn't work. You know, had we lost at the 20-minute mark, and you know, Corki is sitting at like 10, 0, and 5, or whatever the heck he was at, I'd agree 100% it was entirely bottom lane's fault. The fact of the matter was, Corki had a bunch of kills. We were still in this. So overall, not the greatest game on our part, or on my part. But there's a couple interesting things to take from it, I think. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and/or subscribe, and have a great day.